So my talk today is about Petal. So I'm a co-founder of this. Nick couldn't make it today. He's my other co-founder. He's more of a designer and a dev. So yeah, has anyone here heard of Petal? Yeah. So what is Petal? So it stands for Phoenix, Elixir, Tailwind, Alpine, and LiveView. I actually came up with it a while ago, but that's now like a stack, like a known stack. And some people were a bit annoyed that we named it this. But I sort of named it before that it was a stack. And then some people, because you'll see we create components that sort of clash with the Phoenix generator components. And some people did try and say we did it on purpose, but I did it before Phoenix generator added that. So yeah, it's a bit weird. So the general premise is stop rewriting code. We're all sort of creating the same code over and over again. And they all needs boilerplate, like buttons, forms, or emails, and so on. So we thought we'd try and combine it and just make one code base that other people can use. So the first thing is Petal components. So Petal components is a open source library, and you can sort of see the components up there. The top right, and then the bottom left, we've got so you can sort of see how they're called, the badge, and buttons and alerts and all that. The inspiration comes from like Tailwind UI, which, as you guys know, Tailwind UI is like a paid version of that, and they have lots of components. And we just sort of wanted to make it, I guess, a Phoenix version of those components, but obviously we couldn't copy them because of the license. But another good one is Flowbyte, and we use them for inspiration as well. That's a free open source. It's more for like React. So the code it's pretty basic. You just got all the different components. In your app, you can go use Petal components, and it'll just automatically import them all. You can also namespace it so it doesn't clash with the Phoenix generators. So you can do like pc.field or pc.whatever. The goal of Petal is sort of to be the go-to design system for Phoenix projects. Because when you run the generator on Phoenix, you do get some components, but not a whole heap. And so we just sort of fill in that gap, and you can like customize them to a fair degree. So the way we do it is in your Tailwind setups, you can specify the colors, and they'll sort of match the different like variants, I guess. And those variants are sent throughout. So in alerts and all the other components, you can use those same like primary, secondary, etc. One challenge was customization, because like every company might want their website to look a bit different. And the components, we do have like a class prop, but sometimes the component's quite complex, and you'll have like divs within divs, and to have a prop for all those would just be crazy. And sometimes you might want to change a style for every single component. And another thing was, because the classes were sort of built in, if you wanted to override one, you'd have to put this important in to like make it a higher priority, and that was just getting used everywhere. So we fixed that by sort of going back to traditional CSS and using like modular naming. So with the alert, you've got like alert, inner alert. Basically all the divs will have their own classes, and you can just simply create a style sheet and override at will. So this allows like ultimate customization. So you can still use all the components, but yeah, make it all to how your company would like it. Someone was nice enough to just create a Figma kit, like a unofficial one, but we're now in the process of making an official one that's up to date. Well, Alpine versus LiveView. I don't know if anyone's Does anyone use LiveView.js yet? Like the bits and pieces of it. It's like it's like a shortcut to allow you to use JavaScript in your views quite easily, and it's LiveView aware, so LiveView won't screw it up like when you change the assigns. Alpine is a JavaScript library which makes it easy to add JavaScript to your app, but it can get a bit fiddly with LiveView because LiveView is doing its WebSocket stuff and can overwrite what Alpine did, and it just gets a bit frustrating. So we made it so you can choose between each, either Alpine or LiveView. This means, because in dead views, which means like non-live views, you couldn't use LiveView.js, so that's why we've got Alpine still in there. And LiveView can only work in live views, so you sort of have a choice. If you've got really complex JavaScript, it's best to use hooks because they can just you got more control over all the different events, and if you just use mount, then they can work in dead views as well. Has anyone used hooks before? Yeah. It's a bit more front-endy. In terms of growth, seems to have been adopted by a fair number of people and companies. So it's now over 500,000 downloads. And yeah, we keep finding out new people are using it, like this NFI company who have like 10,000 employees. They use it internally. And yeah, more and more people are using it every week, it seems. So Petal Pro so that was Petal Components, that's open source, free, and then we have this sort of paid boilerplate. So Petal Pro, just to go through some of the functionality. So you can do so when you start a Phoenix project, usually you run a generator, and it gives you a real bare bones sort of, like you can log in and stuff, but there's not much else. So we decided to build additional stuff on top of that and call it Petal Pro, and it's like a boilerplate you can purchase. And so it's got things like user impersonation, multi-tenancy / organizations. You got email templates built in, live view file uploads that connects with S3. It's user settings, so like avatar, change email, edit password, two-factor authentication, and we recently added Stripe billing in. So the goal is, yeah, like hit your ground running in the next web application. There's some more features here. So yeah, the goal really is to help you get to MVP quicker. So the base Phoenix obviously takes a bit more time. You've got to build a lot of things. With Petal Pro, you can get there quite quickly. And yeah, someone wrote this in Discord. He said it would take a month. It took him about 9 days. So this is the demo, like what you get as a starter point. Comes with dark mode as well, so you can sort of choose. These are just sort of components. You can customize these to your startup or web app. Just tried to make it as professional as possible so you can have a great looking site out of the box. So it's sort of, yeah, bare bones to start with, but you've got like settings, orgs, and invite members, and billing as well. So billing, you can buy subscriptions for orgs or for individuals as well. One of the challenges was upgrading. It's like you might start a new project, change a bunch of stuff, and then update something. So like, how would you upgrade if we release a new version? So that's sort of like you have to manually do it with Git, merging or rebasing. And that's something I don't think we can properly fully solve because it's a boilerplate. It's like a starting point. But I did a partial solution, which is having a private library. So normally all your dependencies will come from hex.pm. But you can also have private libraries. So you go like repo, Petal, and that'll get it from our server instead. You just got to like run this command, add Petal, and then it'll sort of just be aware of it. And you just go mixstep get, and it'll just know what to do. So this makes it easier to upgrade at least some things. Like we got some pro components like data table, combo box, but generators which mimic the Phoenix generators but uses Petal components instead. Just some other utilities. The only problem is deployment is a bit harder because you've got to put this in your pipeline like deploy. If our website goes down, then people get annoyed. We're hosted on fly.io, which was giving us some downtime in the past, but they're better now, luckily. So we have like a roadmap in here which people can vote on. So we like proposed, planned. That's actually done, but lots of people seem to want Ash. Has anyone heard about Ash framework? That's like there's a company in Sydney called Alembic, and they have sponsored this Ash framework, which is that's not really a competitor to us. They've got their own unique way of doing things, and I don't know if we'll adopt it because we'll have to change a lot. But it's an interesting framework, so I recommend people check it out. Ash framework. But yeah, people can come here and vote, and that's how we work out what we'll do next. Growth has been decent, slow but steady. Not enough to employ us full time, but enough to pay for like maintenance and add new features. We're always looking for people to contribute if anyone is interested. We have one power user here in Melbourne. He didn't come today. Does anyone know Fred? One. He's in Melbourne. He says he's spent over 1,000 hours on Petal, and he helped us build Stripe. And he's just he's a workhorse, really good programmer. And he's got two sort of little hobby or startup side hustles, both built with Petal. Like one's like a blogging thing with AI, and the other one sort of helps you like little search Reddit posts and use AI to generate responses to them to help you sort of get leads. And another one, Edge Guides, Australian in Melbourne, Braden was here, built this with Petal Pro. It's like for caravanners, so they can sort of see caravan related items on a map to help them, when they're caravanning around. And I think that's getting quite popular now. It's cool. And we threw this enterprise plan in. I didn't really know if anyone would buy it, but someone did this year, which is great. They'd used a similar product in the past, but in a different language, so they knew it could be useful. You get 25 hours development with it, but luckily we had another power user in Europe who was willing to do it, and yeah, smashed it. And the last thing we've added on is just a shop in Petal, and the goal is to just add little mini components here. Some people don't want to buy the whole Pro, that may want, say, like a combo box. So like a combo box is, it's pretty useful. It allows you to like do a select and search, and you can have like a remote options event. So it'll, like, as people search, it'll call the live view, and you can search a database or search an API. So it's pretty useful. And that's it.